Hey everybody, I'm Jen.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean.
And we watched a movie.
I bet we did.
Yes, so we are in Spooktober. We have been watching scary movies. This one is not a scary movie, maybe more of like a gothic movie. It is a beautiful Tim Burton movie called Edward Scissorhands. Now, it is such a delight to be able to rewatch. Like, October is a great excuse month to rewatch some of these old movies. I'm still shocked that it's 1990. That's older than I even thought. And I've been feeling that way a lot lately. I think because I watched some of these as a kid, but clearly not when it came out. But you just, like, I also believe they invented peanut butter when I was a kid the first time I ate it. I was like, what a time to be alive. Apparently, even my mom ate peanut butter.
Yeah, that took.
But I was always scandalized by those things. I always thought I was just discovering these things as they were.
Well, you were discovering them.
Well, I was, yeah. But apparently the world had known about Edward Scissorhands since 1990. Boy. Also watching this movie, and I know I don't need to tell you this because I was saying it out loud, I could not believe that this is Johnny Depp.
I know.
Like, he has changed so much. And I mean, yeah, he's like an old guy now. But it's hard to believe that that's Johnny Depp. Even though that is obviously the Johnny Depp I knew and grew up with, I can't even, there's no part of him that I can see in this character anymore.
Yeah.
It just doesn't even feel like him.
Oh, no, because he's so over the top.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
You need to specify.
Yes, he's so over the top now.
Yeah.
And he's so, like, reserved and understated in this movie.
Yes. But even just, like, looks, he doesn't look like him. There's a weird sort of innocence to Edward Scissorhands.
It's true.
You know, for a guy with metal hands. Oh, and what did we learn the name in French was?
Edward...
Avec les mains d'argent. Yeah, not scissors. Silver. Like, he doesn't look like him. He does have this innocence of like there's something almost childlike about him.
Yes.
And maybe it's because he's grown up in isolation and so he doesn't have any sort of worldly experience. But what happened to Johnny Depp?
What did happen to Johnny Depp? A lot.
Man.
A lot, apparently.
Because it is such an over-the-top character that, as you said, is so under-the-top played. How, that was really brilliant.
Yes.
And he looks, I love the look. I love the leather. I love the hair, the white.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And yet then he is so reserved. He's shy. He's
quiet. He barely speaks, but he does speak.
Yes. Winona Ryder as Kim. Well, that's less shocking to me. I can still see, like, Winona Ryder now in that Winona Ryder. And there's the biggest shocker of them all, that I feel like Johnny Depp has changed more than Winona Ryder, and that poor woman has been through some shit. Peg, the mom, the Avon lady extraordinaire, Dianne Wiest. I mean, she's always so Dianne Wiesty. It's so weird to see her in 1990. It feels like practically the same lady 30 years later.
It does, yeah.
Alan Arkin. It's funny because he seems so young and yet he's still an old guy. The inventor, I don't think he has a name, they just call him the inventor. Vincent Price. Such a fun role to throw him in there.
Yeah, it is.
A real nice nod and a wink.
Yeah, just all the horror movies of the past.
Right. And just as a special thing, today, the role of Helen, Conchata Ferrell, the sort of big red-haired lady who always has her hair in curlers, she just died today.
Oh.
At the age of 77. So, yeah, it was kind of strange that we just watched her in that.
Yeah.
And here we go. So, Edward Scissorhands, what a movie though. Like, it really, it holds up, the effects are wonderful. Really kudos to Tim Burton, because there's nothing in this film that doesn't hold up, I don't think.
I agree. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, to me, the prototypical Tim Burton movie. Mm-hmm. This is where he puts it all out there.
That is very true. The music, of course, is wonderful. It's whimsical. It's almost, there's got that sense of awe to it.
Yep.
gosh, the look, everything is so stylized.
Yeah, because we've got the gothic castle on the hill, and then Edward Scissorhands, the mechanical man, comes down into the suburbs. The just cookie cutter houses with all of the neighbors that love to gossip, and all of the people, like, they go to work at clockwork, they come home, they have dinner. It is two worlds colliding.
Yes. The visual contrast there is delightful. But you're right, it really does make him stand out even more in a neighborhood, in a community that has really prided itself on uniformity.
Yeah.
On nobody being different. And the slightest little difference, as you said, is the result of a whole bunch of gossip. You have to go to the corner to talk about it behind their back.
Yeah.
Except for that one church lady. She would say it to your face.
She would definitely say it to your face.
Yeah. My goodness. And poor Edward Scissorhands, who is so misunderstood the whole way through. Like you said, he's not a big talker. He's a sweet soul, though. Dianne Wiest picks up on that right away. She wants to adopt him right away, but hasn't thought through the repercussions. Sadly, they end up dumping him back. Once you adopt someone, it probably should be for keeps, even if it is difficult. So it really does not sit well with me that they eventually dump him back in the castle, and nobody ever checks on him, nobody ever sees him again. Like, that's crazy. You loved him. He was so nice.
Yep.
And yeah, it didn't go well, but I think we can all agree that it's the neighbors who are pieces of shit, not Edward. And so why does he pay the price?
Yeah, it's all Anthony Michael Hall's fault.
I mean, it is. It is his fault. He is a terrible person. But Winona Ryder protects him until the very last of it, at the expense of Edward, who is taking the blame for the stuff that he has been responsible for. And I sort of believe that probably the neighbors know that. Probably everyone knows that. They know this guy's dad. They know that family.
Yep.
And yet, he is a convenient scapegoat.
He is.
I guess. But yeah, so I think I can more appreciate now, like, I'm mad at this family who adopted him and then threw him back and never cared for him again. And the old lady, which, spoiler alert, is really Winona Ryder, all grown up, telling the story to her grandkid, I'll guess. I hope. It's not just being a weird, creepy lady busting into people's houses. And she likes to believe that he's still up there and still making it snow for her. So clearly he cares and loves for her, and she has never looked in on him once in 80 years. What a bitch. Also, I worried about, like, what is he eating? How does he have money? Where is he getting these big blocks of ice?
Yeah.
I don't know. And how, he seems pretty well educated. Yeah. He knows dinosaurs. He can landscape those very nicely.
That's true. He makes wonderful creations, topiaries.
Wonderful topiaries. I'm going to go out on a limb and say not so great hairstyles. And I know who am I to even judge, but I mean, they were a little out there.
Yeah. Well, but that is the bringing the punk to suburbia.
Yes. And it's all in part of this Tim Burton world where everything is a little off-kilter. And he does disrupt things a little bit there. And he makes it more exciting. And at first, everybody is so into it. They want to have him at their house. They're fighting over him.
Yep.
And but they turn really quickly.
Oh, they do.
They turn really quickly.
Yeah. As happens.
Yeah. I just felt so bad. And then, like, old lady Winona Ryder is telling it like it's a fairy tale. And it is. But a fairy tale, you just kind of accept the ending. And you're like, well, that's how the beast had to live. He had to go back to his castle and live in solitude because he just didn't belong. But, like, now that I'm an old lady, not quite Winona Ryder old lady, but I'm like, no, we need to love him more. Move. Go somewhere. Move to New York City. Like, let us freak flag out. Like, why would you accept this? This is wrong. For a family who was trying to give him the pop course in ethics and teaching him the difference between right and wrong, I think this was wrong.
It was. They failed him.
Yeah.
The whole community failed him.
And I know that this is, you know, the whole Edward Scissorhands mythology, where it is a very sad tale, and he doesn't belong, and so he gets rejected, and for some reason has to live a life in penance and solitude because of it. Yeah, it's very interesting. And it's very interesting that we never really come to know exactly what Edward is. How human is he? You know, we don't know much about the inventor or the invention.
Yeah.
He is quite something to behold, but everything else in the workshop seems to be very much, I mean, even robots is a little advanced for the primitive but cool looking sort of machines in there.
Yep.
And then here's Edward, who, aside from his scissory hands, seems pretty biological.
Yeah. And very intelligent.
Yeah, because he understands a lot more about the situation he's in that he lets on. And there's just an essential sadness to his character. Even like from the start, I think he always knows that he can't have what he wants. And he even, you know, sort of hints that to Winona Ryder. I did it because you asked. Like, we all know that he loves her, but he'll never say it. He'll never put an obligation on her. And whenever he's banished,
he just stays there.
Yeah, he stays away. So there is a very, like, it has a whimsical feel to it, but at its essence, it's a tragedy. It's very much a tragedy. It is a warning. A warning against humans, because we're terrible. And we don't deserve the wonderful things of the world, because we always destroy them. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Gosh. I think I'm too old for Tim Burton, where I can't just watch it and be like taken away by it, and I'm just like, somebody give that boy a hug. You know what? Like, put some mittens on him. Like, it doesn't have to be like this all of the time.
It's true.
Yes.
It's like a big foam finger.
Yes,
times
exactly.
5.
That's what I'm saying. Even oven mitts. I'm sure the Avon lady could have hooked him up with something.
Instead of just skin cream.
Yeah, well, first of all, astringent on scars, no. Fresh cuts only, lady. Give me a break. But she does. That is her first instinct, is to hide his differences. So she knows what kind of place she's taking him back to.
Oh, she totally knows. Mm-hmm. She's part of that place.
Yeah.
She's been gossiped about, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, what are we going to do, eh?
Make a sequel?
Sequel? Yes. But are we going to ask Johnny Depp back?
I feel like you have to.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say
Yeah.
that. I don't know about that guy, man.
I know.
I don't.
But he owned this character.
Yes.
He really did.
He
As
did.
you said, the way that he played him is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, worth a shot, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.